Hey, each year I do a video on New Year's Eve resolutions, and I was looking at my video from last year, and I don't know who that person is. If that's 12 months ago, I must have aged 40 years, because that woman is so fast. One of the things about doing a lot of videos on YouTube, you see life go past. I thought that the video was only scraping the very surface of our life. With New Year's resolutions, we look at what we want to achieve in the next 12 months in micro and macro goals. So micro being short term, 12 months, and macro being long term, generally 5 years. So we decide what we want, and then we find ways to achieve it. We decide what we want. You know the issue there? We decide what we want when we set goals or resolutions. We have to actually know what we want. And that's not easy. A lot of the time, we think we want what other people want for us. So in the past, I've wanted to be a certain thing or person because my mum wanted me to, or my dad wanted me to, or perhaps society wanted me to be a certain type of person. And it's only in the last 12 months I am beginning to understand that what I want in my life is not about what my mum and dad want or my friends. I've got a great mum and dad and great friends. But who I am and my New Year's resolutions need to be about the core of me, who I am. And your New Year's resolutions need to be about you. You know who I'm talking about, don't you? It needs to be about you. Not your mum, not your dad, not your friends that aren't into ASMR. This is about you now. So, when you write your New Year's resolutions, take your mum, take your dad, or respect, take your friends away. It's you here. It's me here. What do you want? You make it real. You make your goals real. I've only just started. Late starter. And I can see in the last 12 months that I've started to become me. Have a look at my video from 12 months ago. Have a little bit of a shock. What do you want? You know who I'm talking to. Just you by yourself. Now, this is about walking your journey by yourself, not someone else's. No, your do you dream? What do you imagine? Who are you? Your goals. Small steps, small little steps, baby steps. Don't take on huge goals. Little steps, little breaths, slowly, step by step. Life is so transient. We live once. Why don't we go wild? Part of our goals need to incorporate several factors when we're working out our New Year's resolutions. The first one, your goals are built around your virtues. Virtues. Virtues are a positive trait or quality deemed to be morally good, and therefore they're characteristics that promote collective and individual greatness. So when you start to write your New Year's resolutions, start with your virtues. So whether your virtues are justice, truth, motivation, write them down. So motivation, truth, justice, integrity. What are your virtues? And then when you have them there is a start, the authentic start to your New Year's resolutions. Then under that, you form your macro and micro goals. Very exciting. Macro and micro goals. What you want to achieve in 12 months. And what you want to achieve in 5 years. And when you write these goals for you. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're not trying to promote ego here. You're looking at being your authentic self. And that's what it needs to come down to. That life is about really discovering who you are as a person. Okay, so after you've written your virtues, I want you to look at grouping your goals under several headings. First heading, relationships. And this covers family, friends, work, all sorts of relationships. Second, career. And career covers direction, interests, who you see yourself being. Third, community. What you can do to contribute to the community. What you can do to contribute to humanity. Environmental. What are you going to do in the next year, next 5 years to take care of the environment? And lastly, I have financial. Yes, money's a dirty word, isn't it? But money buys options. The option to rest, the option to take a good friend out to dinner, the option to have a great holiday, the option to have comfort and medical services. So financial is an important part there. And then you match up your virtues with your goals. And remember, this all comes back to who you are away from the rat race, who you are yourself. Now, a part of this, it's important to take ownership for your patterns, your mistakes, your attitudes, and your negative self-talk. So when you are writing in your New Year's resolutions, consider your patterns. Think back, because to really move forward in life, we do need to spend a little time looking back and then let go. Looking back and let go. I'm not a huge believer in just living in the moment. I think we live in the moment and look back. We do need to understand where we come from, and we need to understand our development to know why we repeat certain patterns. And by knowing where these patterns come from, we're more likely to change the patterns. Why do we want to please the people we want to please? Why are we so attached to feeling beautiful? Why do we have issues with intimacy? That goes back to our childhood. So we need to go back and address that sometimes when you feel comfortable doing that. Okay, so New Year's resolutions. Write down 4 to 5 virtues that make you who you are. Then you know that all your goals need to fit in around those virtues. So if justice is important to you, your career, your relationships, your environmental goals, your communal goals need to reflect justice clearly, measurably, and so on and so forth. So virtues then fit under the banners of environmental, communal, career being direction, not just money-related career, and relationships and financial. Don't let finances be a dirty word. Finances can help you have life options. And then we need short-term goals and long-term goals, micro and macro goals. And when we do this, we need to be honest with ourselves and take ownership for the patterns we have been following in our life. The dog's just got up to come and say hello to me, or come at me. There he is, coming to get on the couch. Hello. So, in order to achieve these goals, we must look at our patterns. What are our destructive patterns? What are the patterns that help us? And what are the patterns that hold us back? Let's be brutally honest here, because it's only the changing of patterns that are going to help us achieve our goals. Otherwise, we would have them now. Okay, so micro and macro. Now, when you do this brainstorm, that means write down a lot more goals than you want to achieve. So you've really got a lot there. I usually write about 100 when I write them down. Why don't you write them in the comments? Why don't you talk to me about how you feel about your goals? I know so much more what I want to achieve now. I know that I want to be a keystone in other people's success. I know that I want to be an interviewer. One of my huge goals, I would love to interview Ellen DeGeneres. I also want a property where I can allow people to stay and help heal them. I want to heal people. I would like a soulmate. I want to play a greater role in the YouTube community, bringing people together. I want my children to be happy. I want to continue to work on my sense of self and my health. I've grown a lot in the last year, growing very quickly. And you are growing with me. So write down your 100 goals, micro, macro. What are your virtues? What makes you you? What makes you unique? Take your ego away, or try to. It's a process. We're all bound up with ego. I certainly am. And then take some time and have a look at them. Have a look at your goals and own them. Only you know who you are. Nobody else knows you. Only you live in the skin you have, no one else. No one in the world knows you like you. And you only truly know yourself in the stillness. So New Year's Eve, take the time to experience stillness. And remember that every experience of grief offers you the potential to achieve your dream through what you learn. I have had a year full of a lot of grief and full of much excitement, and I can see from last year till this year that I have really matured as a person. Let's hold hands. Here you are, let's hold my hand. I want you to be your authentic self, away from the madding crowds. I want you to be yourself, because all your friends and peers and those around you will benefit from you being yourself. I believe in you. So as a flower opens to greet the world, I want you to open and greet the world. Write down your resolutions and make them happen.